Hey YouTube, been a little bit, been a busy spring. As we've said in the past couple of videos, we're planning on building a house this summer. Things are going a little slower than we'd like, but they're definitely coming along. Had a little bit of a financial thing, so it took us an extra month to be able to get the excavator pulled in, but it's ordered for this Friday now, and looking forward to getting that in. Moved a few things around, moved the boat around, had to adjust the panels for the summer. He's just having a blast. Got a few things organized there. Got rough dimensions of the house, corner to far corner will be, we're gonna have to get illustrator, measuring tape and stuff like that, but basically 1 room, 2 rooms, great hall, or great room, sorry, whatever you want to call it. So just trying to get things ready for the excavator, trying to get all the stuff through this path cleared around, all the stuff around the woodshed cleared around. The plan is, hey buddy, plan is to come in here, pull these stumps out, pull these trees out, dig a nice pool, I suppose, here, and start building up some soil along the woodshed, and then to continue the river that way. So I'll be digging basically a large pool area for the well here, and then it'll be going off behind the woodshed instead of under it anymore, because when it rains, it as you can tell, gets a little wet. So I think the first thing we need to do is we're going to finish trenching the river all the way around, and we're going to be able to go all the way past where the boundaries of the house are going to be, building up the banks on both sides so that the creek, I guess, can come around and flush back off into the bush. Once that's done, we'll be leveling off and pulling all these stumps out and leveling this off. Hopefully some extra dirt from the river will give us a little bit of height. Might have to bring in a load or two of pit run or something just to pack down so that we can get the base for the pad solidified, and then I gotta dig in the curbs and get all the rebar, and I've actually got a couple of posts on Facebook stating that I'll take any busted up cement or any cement or concrete fill, any rocks, anything like that. So once the frames are in, I'll be putting as many rocks and pieces of cement as I can in there to hopefully save us a little bit of money on the cement. I won't be bringing a truck in. It's going to be one hell of a huge pad to pour by hand, but I'll have to figure that out. So yeah, anyway, this is where we are right now. So June 17th or something like that. Beautiful day. Had a very rainy weekend. It's a Tuesday today, so still dealing with some of that. Hopefully by Friday all of it clears up so that I can get a good idea on how to flatten and level this all out, and hopefully build it up high enough so that when we pour the pad, everything will be above grade by a few inches, and then we'll be building on that grade on that pad. And once the pad's in, it's just a matter of getting the wood and starting the framing. As long as you have the wood, the framing can go pretty quick. Once the framing's done and the outside of the house is on, then put on a temporary roof if I can get that far this year, just so that the wood doesn't just so that everything lasts the winter. If we can get the framing up and the outsides on, and even buy the insulation, then there's no reason we can't start thinking about moving in for this winter. We're going to be building a Russian masonry stove. I was able to get a bunch of fire bricks and other bricks, so I've been going on Google SketchUp, and I designed a masonry stove and the baffle system that I think will work in the house. I have to finish it. I'm only about 3/4 of the way done. I haven't put any of the face brick on. I've just been building the core with the fire brick, and so I mean, things are going. I can't wait for Friday when the excavator's here. I'll let you guys watch me probably embarrass myself for the first couple of hours, maybe even the first day, but I got it for the weekend, so as long as I can afford the fuel, it'll hopefully do the job. But we'll get back to you. I'll let you know, and I'll keep a video of that now that we're getting back into some of the funner stuff. And yeah, it should be nice. It'll definitely be nice to take the next step. You know, we got a really nice couple in town who's redoing their house, so they've been able to give us a steel door, a couple of French doors, a bathroom vanity. And we ended up getting a propane stove, kitchen stove in the house now, so we're not just cooking off that single burner anymore. So we've made a lot of progress in the spring so far, but once the excavator comes in, the progress will be on the new house and not just progress on day-to-day living. One thing I will say about doing stuff like this is that because of money and because of certain circumstances, things can go slower than you want it to initially, and you just have to keep remembering that you're working towards something, and it's small things. I wouldn't say small things, but it's things like building the house, getting the pad in, getting the excavator. I mean, it really reignites the fire sometimes. I'm not saying that my fire is dying, but as people know me, I get bored quickly, and I change my mind all the time. It's just something that I do normally. It's funny, sometimes my wife's family's like, well, hopefully he doesn't get bored of you, and trust me, if you knew my wife, there'd be no getting bored of her. So she's the only thing in my life that's actually set in stone. She's the roots. That tree ain't going nowhere. But stuff like this is kind of like a conglomerate of hobbies for me. So if I'm not careful, then I'll get into a position where I'll start letting my mind wander, and some places it can go pretty crazy. But things like having the money to get the excavator back and really get me back on track and get me focused again. So just remember, it's the small little goals, it's the things that you can work for towards the future that really get the motivation back. And if you find yourself in a slump like I have for the last month, then just remember that there's always tomorrow, and just keep working towards tomorrow. And right now I'm working towards Friday, so I got a bunch of stuff to do. I have to clear a lot of stuff out of the way. I want to get these trees in behind here. Well, not trees, sorry. I want to get all these little logs and stuff out of the way so that I can have a clear sweep in there. I'm going to try to get all these stumps out. I want to have all these rocks off to the side so that I can use them when I'm starting to pour the pad and stuff like that. But this Friday, get ready for an eventful weekend, and we'll have the excavator up and running. Hopefully it does everything that I want it to do. Never run one or operated one in my life before. I play a lot of video games, so we'll see if that comes in handy. But we'll let you know. Alright, have a good one, YouTube.